Yo, Batman #2 is here, man. And listen, Matt Fraction is still cooking and serving it up to the DC Universe faithful. Yo, you already know what to do. Put on that utility belt, put on that cape and cowl, hop in the Batmobile, and roll that intro, cuz. Yeah. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Smack, the Mad Scientist, and welcome back to the Orange Phoenix Media channel. Today, we are covering Batman #2. Man, Batman #1 was amazing. Artwork was amazing. So we jump into Batman #2, couldn't wait to jump into it. And this really highlights the prestige and the expertise of Robin and go from past to present. And you definitely want to stick around to the end of this video because you want to hear my personal review on Batman #2, right? So let's get into it. So Batman #2 goes back to the past and it answers a few questions. One of the questions it answers is Damian Wayne in this DC universe? And yes, he is. Now, granted, he's still in his bratty kid stage and he wants attention from his dad, but Bruce is showing more attention to Tim because Tim is the current Robin, and Bruce is trying to teach Robin how to drive a stick. And he said, listen, hold your horses, boy Wonder. The Batmobile's an awful lot of car, so we'll start with this. He's like, all right, cool. Old trucks are cool. He like, they are. And if you're ever going to handle the Batmobile, learning a manual transmission comes first. These things, especially with big engines. Now you can see in the panel that Damian is watching the Batmobile. Shout out to Jorge Jimenez for putting the '89 Batmobile aesthetic in there. But you see Damian like splashing Tim in the back of the head with some water, man. He's just being an antagonizing kid. Tim doesn't even flinch. Like Tim doesn't even move or try to fight back or anything like that. Like for me and Damian gonna have to run them hands, bro. Like, hey man, I'm tired of you. But we go to the present. So this is Robin grown up just a little bit, and he's out on patrol alone. He's not with Batman. Now, these guys are trying to rob this truck. One of the guys gets away, but Robin catches up to him. Now, as Robin catches up to him, that is when the police comes in, which is where Batman #1 picks up at. Now, from that standpoint, that guy that Robin caught decides to run away. The police officer shoots him in the back, killing this guy. And at this point, Robin like, you shot him. And the police officer says suspects fleeing the scene may be treated as hostile and can be stopped by any means necessary. Now get on the ground. And he's like, nah, I'm good on that. From that point, he put on the back bang, which is basically a mini flashbang. He was able to hop up. And I still like the fact that it explains what each piece of equipment does in the Batman universe. Like the Bat Boots, electromagnetic grip assist, 100 kilograms. But at the same time, this police officer is a really good shot because he's able to hit Robin in the side and was able to put him in the back of this squad truck. Now, the thing is with this, the police officer says 8 uncuffed gangbangers and the kid's gunshot and in bracelets. You still gonna rough ride him? He's like, oh, what are you, nuts? Asking me that? Of course I'm gonna rough ride him. Show co-missioner Savage we don't need his goon squads to run these streets. Now, from that standpoint, we got to put a pause right there because remember, Vandal Savage is the commissioner of Gotham. Now, he has his own police force, and it seems to me that these police officers are trying to prove a point. Like, listen, we don't need your goon squad. We don't need your new squad. We can handle things alone. But that also leans towards, like, the illegal side of things. Now, Robbins is in this truck. He's like, all right, think we're having a pretty lousy night here, fellas. Like, let's all just keep it cool and just relax and just take this ride. Obviously, they uncuffed because Robin was the one that disrupted all of this. He's like, nah. We gonna run these hands, bro. Even though you got your handcuffs on, we gonna run these hands. Little do they know, Robin can still whoop that ass. You know what I'm saying? Even in cuffs, like he's still doing his thing, even at the behest of the police officers, because they're deliberately hitting potholes. They're deliberately like swerving around to put Robin at a disadvantage, even with the gunshot wound. But from that standpoint, he breaks out of those cuffs. And the police officer's like, yo, the kid got free. He like, how he do that? Now, as they're paying attention to the fight that's going on in the back, some back spikes comes out in the middle of the road, busts the tires on the truck, and from that standpoint, Batman pulls up. Because remember, Robin called Batman before all of this even went down. He was like, rough night? He like, yeah, worse for them. And the police are like, yo, don't you freaks move. Careful, Batman. That one shot a fleeing suspect in the back. Killed him. Shot me too. He like, do it again if I gotta. Him too. I ain't afraid. Other police officers like, look, Vargas, come on, chill out. He like, you're on their side now? Known criminals? Vigilantes? What are you talking about? They're on our side. He like, police brutality and murder puts us on opposite sides, officers. Like, says the vigilante. Valid point. He like, Eddie, don't do it. I swear to God. Now, at that point, this police officer pulls a gun on his partner. Like, look, put the gun down, bro. This is Batman. This is Robin. They can whoop your ass. Like guns don't matter, okay? Like, you might want to chill out with that. Now, from that standpoint, it's a stare down. And they both fire guns, but Batman steps in front, and apparently his cape is bulletproof. Robin disarms the other police officer. Batman pretty much incapacitates the other police officer that has the shotgun. And he's like, good Lord, like, shot his own partner. He's like, we need to get out of here. You know, I'm fine. Armor took most of it, trying to stop the bleed. Now, that police officer with the shotgun was able to get up one more time and shoots at Batman in the back of the head. Now, I don't know what kind of armor that Batman has on his cowl, but bro, that should have took you out completely. Now, at that point, he was knocked out, but we go back to the past. Now, going back to the past, you know, Tim didn't really have a good first day in driving a manual transmission in the truck. He's like, you're in your head about it now. He's like, yeah, I just wasn't ready. Bruce is like, yes, you are, but you got in your head. I just kept thinking, what if I had to drive the Batmobile in an emergency and couldn't get it to move? Then I started choking and was like, don't think about choking, which only made it worse. He's like, if that time ever comes, Tim, there's nobody I want behind the wheel more than you. You're my partner, and I trust you. For now, you work on trusting you the way I trust you, and we'll get there, okay? You're like, all right, thanks. You're like, of course. And don't call it Batmobile. Nobody calls it that. And Tim's like, nobody calls it that yet. Now, we go back to the present. Now, Batman comes to, and you see, well, Batman says, I'm okay, I can drive. Now, Robin says, don't care how much armor plating you have up there. You just took a shotgun blast to the head. Facts. You're like, so buckle up. Hate for you to get hurt. You're like, funny. Like, look at you, bleeding. You're like, yeah, well, I'm in better shape than you. Robin gets in the driver's seat, and he takes off in the Batmobile. He was like, how many gears do you have in this thing? He's like, 13. Huh? 13? You're like, of course. You're like, what the hell do you need 13 gears for? You're like, don't yell, bro. I just got shot in the head. I got a headache. You're like, so got 9 standard, 3 quantum gears for use of spatiotemporal crisis events. Then there's the secret gear, 13. Secret gear. What does that mean? It means I have the coolest car in the world. Now, drive it. Now, from that standpoint, you get these news reports because, you know, like, obviously this goes very much noticed. I mean, a few gunshots, police officers down, 1 dead, 1 assailant dead, criminals escape. It's pandemonium, really. So from that standpoint, it says, news out of East Coventry tonight with the word of an officer-involved shooting. Commissioner Savage arriving now. We'll see if we can get him to comment on the night's events. Demolished police truck with 6 escaped prisoners recovered. Now, from that standpoint, Vandal Savage is on the scene. And the reporter's like, Commissioner Savage, any comment on night's events? Any specifics you can share? And Savage tells his officers, remove the reporters, break their cameras and their jaws. Now, from that standpoint, he say, look, you all know what happened on our streets tonight. We lost one of our own. Another is in critical condition. What you might not know is who was responsible for this shameless, cowardly attack on our brothers. I know the mayor and your old leadership entertained certain arrangements with regard to amateur law enforcement in Gotham, but I'm changing policy. If the mayor disagrees, he can ask one of you to arrest me. Until then, consider these department-wide standing orders. Batman and Robin are now criminal combatants and enemies of the GCPD. Now, this is the end of Batman number 2. Now, this is where I give you my personal review on Batman number 2, man. Thoroughly enjoying this comic, man. I do love the color. I do love the artwork. I do love the callback to the 1989 Batmobile. And I do love the fact that they highlight Tim Drake's and Bruce's relationship, along with Damian Wayne being involved. Now, yes, I didn't cover 100% of this comic because I really want you guys to go to your LCS and get this comic for yourself. Support this comic, support Batman, man, because, yo, this is really good stuff, man. I do like the personality of Bruce Wayne Batman. I really do love that, mainly because he has a sense of humor. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, I got the coolest car on the planet, so drive it. And he's not as stoic as he was in older lore or whatever the case may be. But I do love this new look of Batman. The blue and gray works well. The colors work well. And I do like the fact that Vandal Savage is the big bad right now. Now, we haven't seen the Riddler, Two-Face, Penguin, the Joker. And I do love the fact that deviated from all of that and just went straight to Vandal Savage and get to a point where Commissioner Gordon cannot help him. Commissioner Gordon is not a commissioner anymore. He's just a beat cop. That's basically what he is. And how will they combat Vandal Savage? Because now, not only are you battling criminals, you're battling the GCPD too, or the followers of the GCPD. So, very, very good comment, man. Go ahead and support that thing, man. I wonder how long of a run this is going to be, because I'm asking for a lengthy run. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little greedy. I'm asking for a lengthy run on this because this is a really good run. Absolute Batman is another good one as well, man. Like those, they're kicking it. They are kicking it. And where is Nightwing? Is Nightwing in this universe here? Like, will we be introduced to him at some point or another? Is Batgirl in here? Like, what is going on? Catwoman. Oh, I'm very anxious to see how they look in this new world that Matt Fraction built up. Now, if you do love works by Matt Fraction, I will highly encourage you guys to read Adventure Man. Like, Adventure Man is an independent comic. You can read that on Global Comics. All right. So you already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. And also, when you hit that notification bell, there's a little menu. If you hit that little drop down menu, there's a menu that says all personalized. Now, automatically, you'll get like personalized. But if you want to get notified on all of the content that I do, all you got to do is open up that small menu, click on all. That way, you get notified on all of our content live or recorded. All right. I hope you guys have an awesome day and have an awesome day reading comics. So until next time, y'all, peace.